Hi and welcome to this week's episode of Sugar Dreams here on Cakeflix TV. My name is Bettina and thank you for watching. And yes, if you don't know me, I'm a pastry chef over here in Hamburg, Germany. And today I want to show you how to make this little cake. It's a real basic design, so if you're a beginner, you can do it, of course, even if it looks a little bit more difficult. And if you're more advanced, maybe there's one or two tips you like. And the good thing is it's a really quick design. You can just and go for a cake. So it's a baby and the basic roses. So then we start. If you want to share this video, please do so, and thanks in advance. And if you have any questions, just write it down and I will answer it. And you find the material list on my Facebook site. It's Bettina Burchert, but I will put the link in the comments. So put down the camera. And you see there are just some basic tools. We need a knife, we need glue, we need Crisco, just basic rose leaf cutters, small blossom cutters if you like. And most of all, we need modeling paste. So my modeling paste is made from Massa Ticino Tropic. It's a Massa Ticino, the basic one you get everywhere nearly in Europe and all over the world. And it's mixed with CMC or Gumtragant, 500 grams with 1 teaspoon of CMC. Mix it, knead it, put it in a zipper bag, leave it overnight, and then you have a fine modeling paste. You can work with a gum paste as well. We start with the baby. The roses are coming after the baby. And I'm working with 100 grams. Just put some Crisco on your hands so the sugar won't stick. And you see it's a little bit harder, stiffer. And if you have your modeling paste in this condition, you really can go for the sitting baby or any animal. I'm doing just in one go and put it on the cake. So start with a sausage and make sure it's really even, nearly even, and then cut it into 3 parts. It's called the 1, 2, 3 method. You find the cutting scheme on my Facebook site or on my website sugardreams.de. If you have seen some tutorials from me, you know the 1, 2, 3 method for animals. You can do the same just for babies. It's not for girls or boys because then you have some clothes on, but the baby is naked, so you can do it as the animals. 1/3 will become the body, 1/3 becomes the head, and the left we cut into quarters, and 2 quarters become the legs, and 1 quarter is cut into 2 pieces. So we have the arms, and my nose just went under the table. So of course this is not only the nose, this is the rest part. If you have some animals, you have large ears or tails or something. So for your baby, you just need a small piece for the nose and the ears. So put it beside so you didn't get mixed in. And I would put it normally in a zipper bag, but as we work really quickly, we can leave it in the corners. We start with the body part. Make sure you knead it really good so it's smooth, so you don't get any cracks in there or any wrinkles. So it's a really soft body, and then you make a ball. Put some pressure in your hands. So if you haven't done any balls yet, just go around, and if I lift my hand, you see it's not a ball, but because I put the pressure to my hand, and with the pressure you get all the wrinkles out of your modeling paste. Then bring, just by pulling the hands more in this direction, speed up, and then you should get a lovely ball. So here we go. We need a teardrop shape. I put my ball between my palms and just roll it lightly. Make sure your hands your fingers don't come together here in front. Otherwise you get a longish teardrop shape. I want to have a bulby one, so the fingers go outside. And then you should get a body like this. Put it on your working place, and with a toothpick on the thickest part, just in front, make a belly button. You would work towards you so you can see what you're doing, but you have to see what I'm doing, so this is why I'm working that way. Next are the legs. Again, kneaded. And again, make a ball. And now we need to have a carrot shape. For the carrot shape, I put the ball in my left hand. I'm a right-handed person. So I put my right hand across over the other hand and go for this movement. So I get a sausage shape, but I want a carrot shape. To make it smaller at one end, just put the pressure more to your palm, lift the fingers. And for a baby, to get the right proportions, just go for the height of the body for the leg. Don't make it too pointed, because here is your feet in the smaller part. And just press it a little bit so it looks like a small finger with two nails. And now one of the most important parts when you're doing legs is just right under those marks. With a little pressure, roll it between your fingers so your ankle gets a little bit smaller. Don't make it too thin. And then just put your thumb here, and with light pressure, small steps, bring the feet in the position. So in the beginning you might get here some crinkles. That's okay. When you get the right feeling, they will disappear. So again, reshape the ankle, maybe a little bit longer for the leg. And then we need to cut the toes. For the toes, make sure you don't cut to the middle. When you look at your hands, your fingers are half the way from the whole hand, but your toes are more in the first quarter. So just cut one toe and 3 more cuts for the smaller toes. So I hope you can see it. And then just round and with the finger just bring them, the other 4 toes, like they're rolling in a little bit. And then reshape the leg if desired. And on the middle of your leg, there's the knee. Just on the top, hold your leg like this with the 4 fingers. Just give a little pressure so you can get like a little diamond shape. And now again, roll it with a light pressure up over the knee, and then under the knee, and then you get your leg shape. Just press from the side on top of the leg and put some glue in. Make sure you have the right side. This is my left feet, and on the back, so the knee is nearly on the same level as the belly. Just place your leg there. And off we go with the second leg. Again, knead it well. Make sure that you put the 2 leg pieces on one corner and the arm pieces here. So otherwise, if you're mixed up, you get a smaller leg. Again, make a ball. Make the carrot shape. And again, press lightly on the smaller end and roll the ankle. Flip over the feet. And just to get the back right, just with the 2 pointed fingers, press them. Can you see it? Like this. So you get really a feet shape. Now we're doing the right leg. Just cut the big toe on the left side and 3 more cuts. Round up the toe. Just dip on the other 4 and round them and bring the feet up. Reshape, and then in the middle with all 4 fingers, make the knee, roll it, and flatten the side put on some glue and as the first leg on the side. Ooh. Make sure the belly button is in the middle. And before we make the arms, make the diaper, just white modeling paste. You can use flour paste if you have some at hand, so as you like, but modeling paste works well. Flour paste might be a little bit thinner, more delicate. So roll it out. And if you're just joining in, hi and welcome to Sugar Dreams. Today we're doing a modeling baby with some easy roses. You can see the cake here. We just started with the body and the leg. We're now doing the diaper. If you have any questions, just write them down. So roll the modeling paste out really thinly and cut the square. Don't make it too tiny, otherwise you see that the body is really bulky, so if it's too small it won't get one. You don't need to cut those edges because we will hide them. Oh no, we need it. Take the modeling paste, flip it over so the bottom part is on the top, and just make some pleats. Make sure that the ends are still white, and now place the baby in the middle and bring the front up. Take some glue and make sure you can see the belly button. So flip the edge over and bring the corners to the sides. Same on the back. Just a little bit of glue. Flip the edge and take some modeling paste, make a ball and make a carrot shape with two pointed ends. Flatten it, and in the middle you can twist it, bring it together, and then with some glue stick it to the sides so it looks like there is a bow. Ball, two pointed ends, just with a finger roll it, flatten it, twist it in the middle so it gets a little bit smaller there, and with the glue put it on. So next step is that we need a support. So I have a lollipop stick here, and just with lightly pressure and twisting movement, just bring it down the whole body. If you just put too much pressure, the body will not collapse, but will sink and flatten. Make sure the lollipop stick comes out here so you get the total support, and then cut it. And next we're doing an arm, or both arms. just like we did with the legs, knead the modeling paste. So if you're just joining in, I cutted the modeling paste like I'm doing it with all my animals, the 1 to 3 method. You find the cutting scheme on my Facebook site, and we're now working with the arm part. Make a carrot shape. Again, make sure it's as long as the body. Take the narrow part, small part, flatten it, and with the pointed finger roll it. And then with a knife. If you look at your fingers, for the feet, we just cut it in the first quarter. Now the fingers go up to the middle, but the thumb is down here. So when you look at your hand, this is half, just down here. Cut it and cut out a little triangle. And cut 3 more times up to the middle. So here are your fingers. Dip on top of the fingers to round them up. If you like, you can go around every finger, but I'm too lazy. Make sure your wrist is really small. And for the knee, we started on top of the leg. So if you look on your arm, your elbow isn't right on top. I'm just going more for the small finger to the middle. And then with all 4 fingers, go for this shape and reshape. I'm going with the finger over the elbow and just here in the middle and under the elbow. So the most important thing is on this, you are over and under the part, and on the back you're always on the same part, otherwise you get a really funny shape. So this is my right hand. Flatten the arm on top and make sure your arm starts just up here. So if you place your arm more down here, it really looks strange because your arm starts somewhere where it shouldn't be. So make always sure your basic anatomy is right. So welcome back to Sugar Dreams here on Cakeflix TV, and we're going for the second arm of the baby. Knead it. And if you're just joining in, welcome. And if you have any questions, just write them down in the comments. I will answer it, and feel free to share this video. Thanks in advance. And we're just going for the second arm, make a ball and a carrot shape. So you see, it's always nearly the same shapes, legs, arms. So if you're not so familiar, just grab some modeling paste or something and just go for balls and sausage shapes and carrot shapes. It makes your modeling skills really much easier. Cut the fingers. We now have the Left hand. Cut down here, cut the triangle. And cut 3 more times up to the middle. Round the fingers and roll the thumb up and roll the fingers to the palm. And again, go to the small finger up to the middle with all 4 fingers. Press lightly and roll with your pointed fingers for the elbow. Flatten. And if you like, you can go for, don't even know what you call it in English. Germany, it's a cuddly diaper. So you have the cotton babies are snuggling with. Just white modeling paste, roll it out. And straighten the edges. Lift it up, and I would just on the nearly on the edge here. One pointed end, pleat it, bring it together, and with some glue, bring it over the shoulder, lift your arm so the hand can grab around. Maybe you need some glue to put the hand in, but it's a really sticky one today, so the modeling paste stays in its place by itself. Last but not least, the head. The head is, with my 1, 2, 3 method, always the same size as the body. If you don't like your head as big as the body, just cut something away as you like. But I think the 1, 2, 3 method is a good method to start with proportions, and you can smaller them, but you get a feeling on how the proportions should be, and then you can make them as you like. It's a more comic style, but I think in the beginning it's easier to do a comic style than to make realistic faces. So with a bow, you don't want to have any scars, wrinkles. It's a baby, so make sure it's really round. And I want to make the head a little bit egg shape, so like the body, just put it down here. Don't make it too pointed, just a little bit, tiny bit. Don't know if you see it. And put your head here. Here it gets smaller. Here is the bigger part. And here is my face. And I take my thumb and the outside and put it around my nose part. So here is the biggest part, and just around. Don't press with your thumb like this. Just go around with a little pressure so your nose and mouth part comes out a little bit. Then put some glue on your support, on your lollipop stick. Bring the head down, and for the baby I just can see it. Here is the nose, here are the eyes, so here is the mouth. Just with the end of your brush, make a little hole, put in some glue, and bring up the thumb. And make sure that your head isn't too straight, just bring it to the side. We need to make the nose and the ears, and I will make a small hole for the nose. I hope I get it right now. And from the nose, straight to the side. The nose is always on the same height as your ears, so don't put the ears up here, just goes from the nose to the side. Make a hole for the right ear and go around on the side for the other ear. And here we have the rest. If you don't have the rest, but you should have, because the cutting scheme calls for a rest, before you put on the diaper, just get a little piece out. Don't try to mix a new skin color. The skin color is mixed with Sugar Flare Ivory and Sugar Flare Peach. So 1-to-1, really light colors. For the nose, just a tiny piece, make a ball, and little teardrop shape, and with a pointed end put it in the hole and then reshape it for the nose. Because you have the pointed ends, the nose won't fall off if it dries. So for your ears, just 2 small pieces. Oop. Again, with pointed ends, and add some glue. Take a toothpick and get your ear and push it with the pointed end into the head. So it looks like this. To finish the baby, you might want to add some hair. I just went for a baby girl. If you make a baby boy, you can leave it. We need to make the eyes. But if you want to make one curly hair, just brown, longish teardrop shape, and twist it just around itself. So add some glue up here, and for a little bow, just pink, and make a little sausage. Take your toothpick and roll the middle so it gets really narrow, and flatten the sides. With a pointed end, make 2 marks, and don't cut yourself, just get rid of the sides. And there we have the bow. And to finish the baby, with edible paint from Squire's Kitchen in black and a toothpick. Just put 2 small marks in here. You can do the eyes as you like, but I think that's the easiest way. So stay in place. We just have to do the roses. So welcome back to Sugar Dreams here on Cakeflix TV. We just finished the baby and we're going for the roses that are really basic roses. You don't need a cutter. I'm using modeling paste. It's Massaticino 500 grams mixed with 1 teaspoon of CMC. And I went for an ivory paste because I think if you're doing white roses on white sugar paste, it looks a little bit boring. So I always would go for some light cream or maybe just a tiny bit of bitter lemon from Sugar Flare. It gets a really lovely greeny shine. Doesn't look, but you really need to just a tiny bit. So this is my basic color. It's cream. This is ivory from Sugar Flare. And I mixed the same amount of the ivory with white, so I get the middle color. And again, this with the same amount of white, so I get this color. So we need 3 colors for the roses. So the middle is the darkest part, and then you get lighter to the outside. And we start with the middle, and all you need is one of these. I really don't know what's called in English, but I think everyone has it. So just take a little bit larger than pea size. Make a ball and make a sausage. So you can vary the size by the amount you're working with. Bring it in there and just flatten it. And now we want to flatten it, but I don't want to go around the whole sausage. I just want to make one side. So I'm going with my thumb, just working with the edge or the outside here, and with lightly pressure, working your way around. There are many ways of doing basic roses, but I think this is a really good one. You can work with almond paste, marzipan as well. Make sure this side is bulky, this side is flat. And then bring it out, like to put it on my finger, and on one side start to roll it up, and because it's thicker on the edge, it starts to curl up and don't stick together. So this would be our bud. So make sure the bud is near you. And for the second layer, we need 3 petals. So I go for 3 balls all the same size. And again, place them in the bag. Flatten lightly. And we now want to have rounded petals. And with the thin edge, again, with the thumb, work over one side. So we have one thin side and one bulky side. And I like to place my petals on my finger. Take your bud. Ooh. Make sure the thin edge is on top and place one side to the bud. Leave the other open. You can see it. And place the second leaf and then make sure that the leaves are all the same level. This is really important for roses. And now the third leaf, and close. So you get a circle with 3 petals. Leave them straight on the edge. You just, or at the bottom, round them up. So this is your half open rose. And to finish the rose, we need 5 petals with the lightest color. Again, 5 balls. So if you have any questions, just write them down. Modeling paste, you see it's not that much equipment you need for that kind of modeling I'm showing you today. It's really basic. It might look difficult, but it's really for a beginner, or if you need to make a quick baby shower cake or something, just you can finish it in really small time. You see it just with the roses and the baby. If you're not talking, you can do it in 1 hour, like I did here on the cake. So flatten, and again with the thumb, thin one side and take out the petals. And start again with 1 petal. Make sure it's the same high or a little bit higher than the first round we did. And now you have to get all 5 petals in 1 row. So don't push too hard if you fix them. Maybe you need to rearrange them. And here we go. So you have your second row. Maybe just put some movement in here. I'll bring those sides outside. And here we have the rose. So to make the rose petals, the leaves, just take some green modeling paste and roll it out. Time is running so fast always. And I think you have one of these cutters. Just cut, press, and then you have your leaf. I point them on the edge and I try to bend them lightly so they get some movement. And I would put the leaves on the roses just when the roses are on the cake. Make the leaves fresh so you get them in the right position. If you don't have a cutter like this, doesn't matter, just go for a ball, pointed end, and flatten it, and with your knife just go for the veins. So this is really quick leaf if you don't have the cutter. For the tiny flowers, I work with a plunger cutter as well. Ooh. Roll it out thinly, take those blossom cutters and in the palm bring them out so they lift up, and you can put them here with some glue. And for the tiny balls here on the edge, I just went for a large round tip. Roll out your modeling paste really equal and then cut a circle and make a ball. So this way you can make pearls or whatever you like where you need to have equal rounds. So this is the way, just with the tip. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. It's a really basic one. It's not too difficult. If you haven't done any modeling yet, just go for it. Have a try and you can re-watch the video and yeah, you will do it. Go for it. So I hope I see you next time. I think it's in 2 weeks, and stay safe and happy cake decorating. Bye.